Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, this is Potato, and welcome back to our channel. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and old Potato over there just went to the groomer. Actually, he and his sister both did. Judy's doing great, just in case anybody was wondering. But yeah, they both went to the groomer today, so that's what I've been up to. And then I looked at the old YouTubies, and guess what I saw? Miss AMBERLYNN Reed has uploaded a new vlog, so we are back again to react to it here today. And for once, I don't really have a whole lot of stuff to say before we get into it. The only thing I want to say is, y'all were correct. I did mishear her when it came to her crystals or whatever. I thought she said that she was gonna use them for the core or something like that. And what she really said was, I'm gonna use them for decor, as in for decoration. That's what I tried to make it out to be, that she was gonna do some deep spiritual thing with it. And after all was said and done, it was for decor. For decoration. That's what it was for. But since then, randomly, Noel has no context for the crystal rocks in AMBERLYNN's videos or whatever. And out of nowhere, Noel sent me this reel from Instagram. So I'm just gonna share it here because my immediate thought went to, what do you think AMBERLYNN Reed's crystals sound like?
What sounds do crystals make?
So I hope you enjoyed that, but let's get into today's video, which is called I Shared Too Much, We Ended Things, and Tropical Cafe Smoothie Bar Vlog. I am curious about the title of this because, like, it feels like, so this chronologically is, I assume, filmed after the live stream she did. And I assume that she's trying to allude to something regarding the new girly pop that's in her life, i.e. like, I shared too much. I shouldn't have shared with you about that. And or like potentially trying to say that whatever happened with this girly has been ended. I don't know. Let's just get to, shall we?
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so I got out of the shower.
Oh, look at this winged eyeliner. That's new. I mean, has she done something like that before? I don't know. This feels like a new look for her. This acute angle eyeliner cat eye thing situation type of deal.
And I just threw on the shirt. This is not actually what I'm wearing today.
Okay.
I just threw it on real quick.
Oh, it is looking sheer, and it doesn't look like she's wearing a bra. So I hope that this is a long-term option, because I feel like some people will get a show.
Okay. Can you guys imagine if I just wore my eyeliner like this?
Oh,
there would be a moment in time.
You're not going
but
to?
I get a lot of people asking, like, how do you do your eyeliner? Like, how are you so good at it? I don't know. I honestly think it's just like years of practice because...
Okay, wait, but also this is kind of a thing that the girlies are doing in makeup, right? Like, I feel like I've seen Miss Ariana Grande do it, you know? Ariani? I feel like I've seen her do something like this before. So I thought maybe this was just the complete look, but I guess not.
In high school, I would wear my eyeliner like this. I wasn't as good at it then, and it was just like really thick, just like the whole eye. Well, just slowly but surely.
That was also the style. Back in the early 2000s, I mean, I'm around the same age as her, right? And back when I was in high school, all the girlies, they caked that eyeliner on. They really did. And it wasn't even that they were like emo or goth or punk or anything like that, because like those girlies also cake on like the eyeliner and stuff, right? That was just how girlies were doing it in the early 2000s. I really don't know why, but it was a thing. It was a trend. I mean, I wasn't dabbling in makeup, so I'm not really the one to tell you why makeup trends were happening back then, but it was a thing. I'm sure a lot of y'all in my audience can relate.
I got better and better and better. But this is how it starts, folks.
Okay.
People ask for tutorials, so the best I can give you... I'm going to be fixing my nails. They keep messing up every few days. I've been doing a lot of packing, a lot of things. So they've been messing up.
I do wonder if she's using, like, a base coat and a top coat, because I think that would help a little bit. I think it's also probably, you know, like, if she's just using, like... Dollar Tree nail polish or something. That's probably also part of it. You know, the quality of the nail polish. But even just like a simple base coat and top coat, I think would go a long way for her. Like, the fact that she has to redo it every couple days feels like a lot to me.
Clean up really, really fast. But the first thing I do is this bottom line. So this is just me deciding.
The first thing I do is the bottom, too.
Okay, how long do I want her today? And do I want her more pointing up, more pointing out? That is the first thing I do.
Okay.
Second thing I do is I decide how thick do I want her, how much do I want her to go.
I'm always thinking about how thick I want her. that's always crossing my mind. How thick do I want her? And you know what? For me, I want her thick. Okay? I want her real thick.
On my eye, do I want her way over here? So I create that and then I just fill it in.
I do always kind of, you know, like I can relate to using like various pronouns to refer to inanimate objects, but her continuously saying like, where do I want her? How do I want her? Do I want her thick? It's like, it really is, if you didn't know that she was talking about her makeup, it really would be giving like, for my next wifey, do I want her thick? Do I want her in the middle? Do I want her over here? That's what it's giving. It's like, if you had no idea.
And then a lot of people ask, how is she so sharp? I really, really pay attention to detail. Once I get it like this, and once I color it in, I very, very gently go to the end of this, and I just like make it just like a little longer, but like you have to be really careful with your liquid eyeliner brush. I use e.l.f. So I just get this question a lot, especially. You
know what? She really has, like, I have never faulted her winged eyeliner. It's never been something I've I don't know, maybe back in the day, you might be able to find some real old receipts, but at least in recent history, you know, I've never faulted her for a bad eye makeup look. And honestly, truly, for as much improvement as I've seen on it and as much time and practice that she's put into doing this, I wish she could apply that to some other areas of her life, you know? She's sitting here talking about how much she's just like practiced and like, you know, really, really spent time like trying to fix the things that she didn't like about previous versions of this eye makeup look. And I'm like, if you could just do that with literally nearly any other aspect of your life, I wonder where we could be right now. I wonder where we could be. I mean, like, if she applied that same, like, philosophy to her vlogs, for instance, could we get some, like, higher quality vlogs? You know, I'm sure a lot of you immediately went to, like, her weight loss. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Her relationships. like, if she only put that level of meticulousness and correction and practice into literally anything else in her life.
Especially lately, because I've been doing my makeup a lot. It's just easier to describe it to you guys. And I've showed it before in vlogs.
You know what? I'm not going to give her a hard time for just describing and not showing here, because she has shown it in other vlogs. But the concept of just describing how you do your makeup and not like just showing yourself doing it on camera when you're a vlogger is kind of funny to me. And it is kind of funny to me as a concept.
Honestly, it's just like practice makes perfect.
Sure.
I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to finish getting ready.
All right.
My hair is going to take forever to dry. I'm actually thinking about live streaming today, so...
Oh, this is that day.
Okay, so outfit on.
Here we are.
Done. Hair is nowhere near done. She is still drying, and
I am kind of curious, mostly because I know obviously that, you know, in the last video she said that she was having the allergies to the cats. A lot of people in my comments talking about how they think that since she's been bringing up the cat allergies so much, that she's gonna pull a Chantal and try to get rid of the cats before she moves. I really don't think that's the case. One, because she has said many times at this point that all 3 pets are making the move with her. And 2, she's already been down that road. For y'all saying, oh, she's gonna copy Chantal or she's gonna pull a Foodie Booty and she's not gonna take her cats. When she moved in with Beck way back in the day, around the time that I first started covering her over here on the YouTubies, she already did that. She gave both Rarity and Wasabi to Rafe. If you weren't around back then or you weren't present during that era of AMBERLYNN's life, like she fully has already gone through that before. I think she would be so goofy and silly to give them up again, to be honest with you. It did not end well for her last time. Rafe was like trying to get Rarity fixed behind AMBERLYNN's back. She has since been fixed by AMBERLYNN. AMBERLYNN and Beck went and took the cats back in the middle of the night because they were so upset with Rafe, okay? So I don't think AMBERLYNN would do that again, and she has been actively talking about taking the cats with her. But anyways, I got so on a tangent there because what I really was bringing up was the allergy thing, right? And she said, I don't know if I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything tomorrow. I really want to live stream. Obviously, she ends up live streaming. We already know that. But I am curious that today we've just heard nothing about the allergies. That's what I was getting to because yesterday, or the last vlog that we watched, which was like yesterday for AMBERLYNN in this vlog, she was going on and on and on about these cat allergies. So I'm just curious why no mention of that at all yet so far.
Up my nails, so yay. Okay, I still haven't straightened my hair because it's still a little wet, like underneath.
I think it's fine.
But I just got Starbucks.
Okay, Starbucks
I've been drinking
queen.
nothing but water and like a Diet Pepsi here and there.
Okay.
So I got a chai tea.
Oh, she did mention this in the live stream. She did. Also, if y'all love chai, I am very much into, well, I've only had it once, so don't act like I've been having a whole lot of them. But they came out with a new pumpkin spice chai latte this pumpkin season, and if you haven't tried it, it is very good. The pumpkin spice goes really well with the chai, and I definitely recommend.
Oh my god. When you haven't had something like this for a very long time, for me it is at least over 3 weeks.
Not the over 3 weeks. You realize there are people who only get Starbucks once a month or not very often at all, or probably even longer than 3 weeks.
It tastes like a dessert. Hey guys, so it is the next day.
That is so silly to me. That is so silly to me. Okay, whatever. All right, let's keep going.
I'm not doing the greatest today at all in any sort of fashion.
Huh.
If you guys watch my live stream,
yeah.
I don't know, I feel like I share too much. I feel like I share too much and too little all at the same time, and none of it adds up for me, so I don't know, don't question me. But I was talking to someone, and things were pretty serious, I'm not gonna lie.
How serious? Wait, first of all, how serious could they be? How serious could they be when you met this person online? I'm guessing y'all haven't met in real life.
But it's no longer a thing anymore, and I just wanted to let people know that because it's important that I do, and it's just been kind of hard, just a weird adjustment period that I'm in, and I don't really understand it myself.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am sorry. You're telling me you can't. This is why it's so hard to take anything seriously with AMBERLYNN Reid. She came on the internet, on the Al Gore's internet, and she said she gets on live stream and she's all giddy, and she spends all these moments taking texting breaks so she can flirt with this girl in the DMs, and she is giddy, she's giggling, she's licking her lips, she's so excited, tells us she's talking to somebody new, and you're telling me now she's coming on already to say things are no longer, girl, you know what? This deserves a moment, okay? Dearly beloved, we gather here to say our goodbyes. I can't even do this seriously today. Here she lies. No one knew her at all. Period. the relationship AMBERLYNN had with some girl she met online. This should not be as funny to me as it is, but I'm dying. Why? I also very much, listen, let me put this back here and then let me get into my other conspiracy theory, since I guess that's what I'm doing over here these days, is just trying to figure out what the tea actually is. But honestly, truly, this feels like she had a moment, especially because she's talking about how she feels like she shared too much, right? This feels like a moment where she, you know, said too much about her situation with wifey, and pretended that the wifey that we all found out wifey to be was not the actual wifey, and then wifey, Feline, Alex, Jade, whoever, whatever, was the same girly the whole time, right? It's giving very much that, and since so much of this relationship has mirrored, or like how she entered upon this relationship has mirrored what happened with wifey, I 100% feel like she very much could still be in a relationship with this woman. And honestly, truly, while we're at it, kind of feels like, you know, at this point, all the conspiracy theories could be true, right? Like, I kind of feel like the people who think it's like Crystal over here could be right. like, why is she suddenly so quickly retracting all of this? It's because people were catching on. They caught on to, she thought she was being real slick, like nobody would figure out. And now maybe it is Crystal. Maybe it is Crystal. This is too much for me. This is too much. I really was not a proponent of the Crystal theory. But now that I'm going into my little conspiracy theory deep dive in my head right now, I'm like, yeah, as soon as people figured out who wifey was, she immediately was like, oh, we broke up, it's not real. And I feel like the same thing as Crystal. She said too much. People started realizing it was probably Crystal. And now she feels like she has to backtrack because she can't let people know it was Crystal. This is so funny to me. This is so funny. Let's keep going. I want to hear more.
Let alone probably any of you guys understanding it. I don't know. I just am really going through a lot, like just behind the scenes with
I don't care.
Several.
If it's not happening on camera, respectfully, I don't know that I care. I truly don't. Like, shit or get off the pot. Tell us about what's happening or don't. But until you do, I don't care.
Parts of my life, and
I guess that feels a little harsh. I guess that feels a tiny bit harsh because, like, I mean, I can relate. Like, I have stuff that happens in my life off camera, right? But I guess the difference for me is I'm just not, like, constantly coming on here and being vague, like, oh, there's some stuff going on and I can't talk about it. In fact, anytime that there has been something in my life that's impacted stuff on here on the YouTubies, I've been pretty straightforward. I've been pretty straightforward of like, this specific thing is happening. Maybe I haven't given all the details, but typically I'm like, I mean, even like a week or two ago, I was like, I have some stomach pains and it's not going great. So I don't know. Let me try to practice empathy. I think my sympathy bone is right here. So let me just focus on that.
Like the person I was talking to, it just seemed really like real and authentic and just like amazing, and they wanted me to talk about them on my live stream.
Yeah.
And we decided to like kind of end things today, and there's a lot of like backstory behind it, and not everything is black and white.
Then tell us about it. Then tell us about it.
I would let you guys know because
I don't believe it.
Like, that's a big thing that I just, like, announced that I was talking to someone else. And
I don't believe it.
To someone, whatever.
I don't believe things are over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for engaging in conspiracy theories, but I don't believe it. I'm just not buying this one, Sister Sue.
So, yeah, it's not a thing anymore. And it's just kind of crazy, honestly, because, like, we had planned on meeting. It was like a whole moment.
See, that's what I'm saying. You haven't even met this person allegedly, and you're talking about how things were getting serious. Be fucking for real. And before y'all come for me in the comments saying, well, Zach, my online relationship was serious, blah, 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 blah. I'm, again, specifically talking about AMBERLYNN. I think that there are ways that online relationships have the capacity to be serious before you ever meet a person in real life. I do believe that. We're talking about AMBERLYNN, who like 2 to 3 weeks ago hooked up with her ex, who lives with her still, and then started talking to some girly on the internet and is allegedly getting very serious with her, but hasn't even met her yet, okay? That's the context we're talking about here. I'm not making a blanket statement about all online relationships. I'm making a statement specific to AMBERLYNN, okay?
It was like a really deep connection, and it was really nice. And, but yeah, just, I think we both realized that it's probably not a good idea because of some of the things that is like happening in their life or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to get that update.
I just don't.
And it does suck. That's why I'm actually really sad today, and like I was crying earlier and.
Not Heartbreak Era 2.0. We just got out of the last Heartbreak Era.
Yeah, just I'm not feeling the greatest mentally right now. But I'm gonna pick myself up, and it's gonna be okay. I have an apartment to pack up, and I have a whole new state to move to, and I was already just giving way too much of myself to this person, and I'm not gonna say that I have like any regrets or anything, but
it's so funny. It's so funny to me that she's like, I was already giving way too much of myself to this person. When literally in that live stream, I know because I included the clips in my recap, she was talking specifically about, oh, I can totally work on myself. I can still practice self-care for myself and be in a relationship. No, I don't think you can. You just said there so quickly, I was already giving too much of myself to this person. Like, this is, I mean, one, I don't believe that it's really over, but two, if it is, look how quick you are to contradict yourself in a new setting.
Definitely sucks, for sure. Okay, guys, I want to talk a little bit about, like, anxiety.
Okay.
And, like...
My anxiety queen, who doesn't have any problems with anxiety, so she stopped taking the medicine that helps regulate her anxiety. So, yeah, let's talk about it. That's the person I want to talk to about anxiety.
Me not taking my medicine for it anymore. Like, I told you guys I stopped taking my anxiety medicine because I stopped having anxiety and I stopped having panic. And
well, that's what the medicine is supposed to do for you, bestie. And
in the last couple of videos, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling a little anxious because of this, because of moving, I have a little bit of anxiety from that. There's a difference between someone feeling normal anxiety, normal anxiousness over big changes in their life, which is what I am currently going through right now.
I would just, like, respectfully, actually, like, let's have a conversation about this. And I think this is just, like, as an anxious person, I'm somebody who is diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, okay? So, speaking from my own experiences, I've had this thinking before, okay? So this is no shame to AMBERLYNN, but I remember talking to my therapist, and I just started seeing a new therapist this year. We started in, like, I think, like, January, February, or something like that. And when I first started talking to him, I was talking to him about how, like, I feel like, you know, there's, like, a certain level of anxiety that's, like, normal for me to have. Like, in order to be a functioning human, I have to have anxiety. It's the only way. And he was like, is it? he was like, I don't know, like, do you? He was like, tell me more about why you think you have to have anxiety to function. And it really has, like, made me stop and kind of, like, question a lot of, like, my thinking about it, because it's become so normal to me in my life to, like, function with anxiety that I feel like I have to have some level of what I called healthy anxiety to function and to be able to do stuff. So I'm just, like, I do think obviously there's, like, a spectrum of anxiety you can feel, and she's probably not feeling like the extreme anxiety she used to feel, or like the extreme anxiety attacks, because I can also relate to that, right? Like I can differentiate between those levels of anxiety. But I would challenge back, just like, a lot of people, there are people in this world who don't experience the world with anxiety at all times in order to get things done. And that's even a challenge for me to accept, but I do just want to push back a little bit on that.
I'm going through a lot of big changes, and it's only normal for me to feel stressed and anxious. But when I was diagnosed with panic disorder and anxiety disorder and having anxiety attacks and panic attacks, it wasn't just this normal feeling of anxiousness because of, normal hard times. It was because I was having crippling anxiety. And I think people forget that there's a huge difference between the two. The shit that I'm dealing with now, like, if it didn't give someone a little bit of, like, anxious feeling, if it didn't give someone a little bit of stress, then I'm like, damn, like, I wish I had your brain.
No, well, that's what I'm saying, bestie. that's what I'm saying, is that there are people that don't. And like, again, I do get the distinction you're making. I'm just like, a lot of people don't have that experience. And so it's really just like a matter of figuring out how to manage that as a person who just recognizes that they're going to have anxiety about a lot of stuff. And maybe you don't need medicine to do. I don't take medicine for my anxiety, and there was a time when I did, and I like stopped taking it with the advice and guidance of both my therapist and my doctor at the time. But like, you could still be taking it. I mean, I'm not a doctor, period. So don't take my advice. Obviously, do what's best for you. But I think the point is that a lot of people found it jarring for you to be like, oh, I had all this bad anxiety, I stopped taking my medicine because I stopped having it, and then you started talking just a few days later about all the anxiety you were having. Either way, it's fine. You do you, girl. You do you. I'm glad that we are able to have these conversations about mental health, though, because, the more you know. I also used to live in this world where I thought, like, having anxiety over things was just normal, because otherwise how would I get things done if I didn't have some level of anxiety about it?
Because what I'm going through right now definitely warrants this sort of feeling. But, like, I haven't been suffering with, like, anxiety attacks, panic attacks.
Okay, good.
Like, just this, like, horrible, horrible, horrible fear that I used to have.
Okay, great.
I don't have that anymore.
Wonderful.
And I'm very, very happy and glad about that. So I just think that there's, like, this confusion between, like, the emotion, anxious, and the actual, like, clinical anxiety disorder.
I think the other important distinction to make is that, this is the first time also that she's ever distinguished between that. Like, she's always just, like, used the blanket term anxiety to describe all of these things, and I think that that's also, I think a communication error on her part. Or maybe error's not even fair. She just wasn't specific enough, maybe.
I first got diagnosed with panic disorder when I was 18. That was when my worst anxiety attacks in the whole world were happening. I was 18, 19. And ever since then, I go through, like, back and forth stages. And this is stuff I talk about to my psychiatrist.
Oh, good.
A year or two without a single anxiety attack. And then all of a sudden something will, like, trigger it. And I'm just used to these, like, back and forth motions. Because I've been dealing with it for 14 years. Thankfully right now, I'm going through a time where it's like I'm just feeling normal, like, everyday anxiety that because of a move that I'm super stressed about and, like, things I'm not talking about. This is the type of stuff that I don't need medicine for. This feels good and normal because I, for so long, was suffering with, like, true panic.
I think she is a little delulu about it all, to be honest with you. Like, I'm above medicine. I don't need medicine for this. And listen, like I said, not everybody needs medicine. But it just feels like like that face. I don't know a word to describe that, but it's
like the difference is just like it's night and day. Completely night and day. Like how I'm feeling now, I don't need medicine for that. Okay, guys, so it is, again, the next day.
Hi.
The next day. I've cried off all my makeup today. But we just went to...
All of it? Are we... cried off all the makeup. Are we crying over a named girly girl, girly pop? Is that what we're crying over right now? But I'm glad to see Wifey's still around, still driving ya. We still present. Wifey hasn't gone anywhere yet.
Goodwill, because like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I'm getting rid of, and we're gonna have to like make a few trips, honestly. But we like filled up this whole back thing. We had the seat down, the whole 9.
Oh my god.
Now we're at Tropical
The whole 9?
Feline went inside to get us some smoothies. I didn't know we were getting out of the car. I don't have a bra on. And I don't go in public without a bra because it's just like a self-conscious.
I'm not expecting you to go in and get your own smoothie anyways. It is wild to me though that Wifey's still hanging around and getting you going into stores and getting you stuff and things like that. Like it could not be me. It could not be me.
This moment, I don't know what she's getting, but I'm getting like some peanut butter moment. So.
Oh wow.
I haven't had a tropical smoothie I don't think ever in my life. So we'll see how that tastes. Maybe we could do a little taste test. All right, here we go.
Here we go. Let's fucking go. I love a smoothie that's the color of shit brown.
Wait, this tastes like the one that I make at home. Try it.
Wait, baby.
Mango berry Cosmo with coconut.
Baby, try it. Try it, baby.
Whoa.
I'm kind of longing for the times where she go, baby. I do miss that. Not really. I don't at all. I sure don't.
That's good.
That's good.
Mine's called. It does.
Wow. I also, let me just savor Wifey's low baritone voice. I love it so much.
So this one's called Peanut Butter Cup, and it tastes just like the one that I make at home.
Wow.
These are big.
Ooh.
Was there smaller
What
sizes?
do you know about big?
They only have one size?
I don't believe that. They only have this one huge ass size. I don't believe that. Well, I'm gonna go look that shit up. Tropical Cafe. Let me just do some Nancy Drewing, okay? Sherlock Holmes is on the case. I will say, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I do believe. I'm just like looking at I'm looking at their like online ordering option, and I even also picked a location in Lexington, Kentucky, just to be safe. And it doesn't look to give me an option to pick a different size. There's all kinds of things I can add to a smoothie. But I can't seem to find anything that will let me change the size. So I guess so. Unless some of y'all super sleuths of the internet out there know more than I do. I think she's not lying. She's not lying.
You're on Tropic Time now. Okay. Hello.
Hey.
So it's been a couple of days. I'm actually in the middle of finally like packing some of my clothing, and Feline actually introduced me to like these boxes to where you don't even have to like unhang your stuff. You can literally just...
She's literally already shown these boxes as a concept to us before in a video. We get it.
Your hangers on your clothing in the box. So I think that's pretty cool. So I'm doing that. I'm trying to decide, okay, what can I hang now? What am I not going to need for the next so-and-so time until I move?
So-and-so time. I have to believe the packing feels like it's gotten pretty serious. I feel like we're looking at an October move date. I honestly do. And I gotta be honest with you, if it happens like October 1, beginning of the month, I am going to Vegas to see Lady Gaga. So some of y'all are gonna have to be a little patient so I can go see my girl Lady Gaga for me to get back here and cover that, okay?
The movers are gonna have my stuff for like a week. I'm not gonna have a bed to sleep on. I'm gonna have to live out of a suitcase for a little bit. It's just like all these I's to dot, T's to cross, and things that are like stressing me out. But we're just like getting closer and closer to the time of...
Let's go. I can't wait.
Departure, if you will. Anyways, I'm gonna end this vlog. I hope that you guys did enjoy. I will try to get better at vlogging and uploading more. But I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
After all these years, you're still not better at vlogging. There's no hope for getting better in the future, bestie. I don't know what to tell ya. But wow, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I mean, really, truly, the only real interesting stuff that happened there is that allegedly this relationship is already over. Which, like I said, I don't know if I believe, but I guess, honestly, we might just have to believe it. Because, like, what else are we gonna get here? But we'll see. We'll see if she automatically comes back and introduces a new girl and is like, oh, I am in a relationship again or something like that. You know, we will see. We will see. Anyways, that's all I have time for today. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, and you're brand new here, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media, including my new Twitch re-upload YouTube channel where you can go watch all my reactions from Twitch over there. I love you all so, so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!